Like I said, I've lived in the neighborhood all my life. I've always been aware of a lot of environmental things going on because you could smell it. You know, it was just ignored and left. People were left to rot, in my opinion. You see that gizmo on top of that building? That's the PVC manufacturer.
And now you have a story about that.
Our air conditioners always, you know, every year when we clean them out, we used to get more of a putty or an ooze. Solid enough where we can, like, pull it and kind of like a drippy type. And we learned from one of my friends that that the PVC manufacturer used this chemical called the phthalates, which are plastic softeners. The plastic softeners may have been mixing with the mold and mildew to create this ooze. And obviously that's what the community was breathing. And I used to have a garden in the backyard. And in the morning, I used to notice this ash on top of the vegetables, and I innocently used to just spray it off, you know? I had no idea at the time that that was the fallout from the Greenpoint incinerator that was here. I fed these what I thought was nice, fresh garden vegetables, nice, plump, juicy tomatoes. I fed them to my family, made tomato sauce out of them, not ever realizing it.
And when you look around here from your roof, like, what comes to your mind? I mean, like, your whole life is here. So when you look at this stuff...
Well, we're just surrounded by all kinds of environmental garbage. Point blank, you know? There's just too many things in the neighborhood that are not good for us.
We have more sanitation transfer stations. Now, a sanitation transfer station is nothing more than a huge mountain of garbage. That's what we have, block after block after block. And that wouldn't be so bad if there weren't houses living right across the street or right next to it. There are people living next to these sanitation transfer stations, human beings, children, families. I mean, I don't think any of us would take it for a moment, let alone year-round.
Sounds like a great place to raise a kid, though.
All we know is that we have close to 3 times the level of asthma as exists in an average community in America. All we know is that we're having some severe issues of cancer in this community. You know, and if that wasn't enough, about 83, 84, I can't remember when it was, I'm walking down the street and I see the nuclear sign. I'm saying, what could be radioactive or of nuclear content on this street? I don't get it, you know?
Oh, Radiac, what have you done for me lately?
Can I help you?
I know, we're just walking around.
No, you're doing more than walking around. But a Geiger counter.
We're walking around.
Well, stay away from my building. My building's got nothing to do with that.
I know that.
They found out that it was, in fact, the city's only chemical and nuclear hazardous waste storage facility. Radiac will tell you immediately, oh, it's just, you know, not a big deal, it's everywhere, you know. Much to our horror, we found that they stored plutonium. Much to our horror, we found that they stored just a little bit less than could develop an A-bomb, but could certainly create a dirty bomb. What kind of mine puts Radiac 1 block away from a public elementary school of 1,000 students? Well, it's obviously people who don't live here, people who don't have their children in that school, and you know, people convince themselves of all kinds of things to save money and to make a profit.
There's still a lot of very, very hazardous substances there that in the event of a fire, in the event of an explosion, could make for a real disaster. And it shouldn't be in the residential neighborhood, period.
I mean, I live here, you live here. Like, why are we even here?
We love it. It's our community. We love the diversity. We love the connections we can make. You know, it's just a wonderful place. I mean, You know, it's an event for me to go to the Hasidic restaurant and sit down and have Hasidic food. It's just unbelievable. We're trying our best to really bring that world together so that people see that they have a stake, a common stake in community. And we're going to reclaim it one way or the other.